I'm given the coordinates P, Q, R, and S, and I want to answer the question, is this parallelogram a rhombus? So I'm told that it's a parallelogram. I've already plotted the points on my coordinate plane. Now I'll draw the lines of my rhombus. I want to prove that it's a rhombus, so I have to know if all of its sides are congruent. I could try to use rules about diagonals, about them being perpendicular, but I think I will just use the distance formula to determine whether or not this quadrilateral is in fact a rhombus. So I'm going to start with side PQ, and I'm going to figure out the measure of side PQ. I'm focusing here on the points P and Q, which is this side here. So remember the distance formula. You want to determine the distance between the x values. The distance between 5 and 1 is 4. So I'll take the 4 and I will square it. And the distance between 2 and 9 is 7. So I'll take a 7 and square it. And don't forget, I'll have to end up square rooting this once I get done. 16 plus 49 is 65. So PQ is the square root of 65. Now let's do side QR, which would be this side over here. So the distance between Q and R, 1 and -3, is 4 squared. Or is 4, and then I will square it. And then I have to add on the distance between 9 and 2, which is also 7, just like the previous segment. Right away, I know that QR is also going to be the square root of 65. Now let's look at RS, which will be this side over here on the bottom left. So the distance between -3 and 1 is 4, and I will square that for my distance formula. The distance between 2 and -5 is also 7. So once again, this is the same as the two previous examples. So RS is going to equal the square root of 65. The last thing I need to look at is PS, which would be this side right here on the bottom right. The distance between 5 and 1 is 4. And the distance between -5 and 2 is once again 7. So I square that for my distance formula. So once again, PS is going to equal the square root of 65. Since all four sides of this quadrilateral are the same, I can conclude that yes, it is a rhombus.